6 reasons why Haryana has become the epicenter of the farm agitation. Haryana farmers protest from a small pocket in Kurukshetra in 2010. The protests have now spread across the state with stirrings in the Ahirwal belt of Rewari as well. As the agitation against the three farm laws enacted a year ago shows no signs of flagging, the action was shifted from its birthplace Punjab to Haryana, where leaders of the ruling BJP-JJP coalition are facing a blanket boycott. From a small pocket in Kurukshetra in 2020, the protests have now spread across the state with stirrings in Ahirwal belt of Rewari as well. Well, State Chief Minister M.L. Khattar and Home Minister Anil Vij claim the protests are the handiwork of neighbouring Punjab, which is ruled by the Congress. Former Union Minister Chaudhary Virender Singh, who switched to the BJP from Congress in 2014, likens the agitation to the Sampurna Kranti movement led by Jayaprakash Narayan in the 1970s. Regardless of these divergent options about this agitation, the moot question is, why has Haryana become the epicenter of farm agitation? At least 6 reasons are apparent. First, there is the politics. With Panchayat polls in Haryana around the corner, it is a pressure tactic by the farmers to break the NDA government's indifference to the agitation. The farmers have been campaigning at the borders of Delhi for almost 10 months now, but the centre has remained unmoved after the breakdown of the talks on January 22. The feeling among the farmer union leaders is that if the Haryana farmers don't mobilize now, the BJP will continue to not do anything. The Congress government of Punjab, where the movement originated in June 2020, when the farm bills were tabled in Parliament, has been largely supportive. The BJP government in Haryana, on the other hand, has been proactively confronting the protesting farmers and has been routinely booking them on charges as grave as attempt to murder and even sedition. So far, the state police have lodged over 150 FIRs against thousands of farmers in 18 out of the 22 districts in the state. This confrontation suits the Khattar government, which came to power riding on non-Jat votes. The government may have perhaps calculated that the standoff would lead to a further polarization of Jats and non-Jats voters, political observer Dr. Pramod Kumar said. As for the farmers, the police action is only galvanizing them more. The massive turnout at the Mahapanchayat a day after the lathi charge at the Bastara toll plaza in Karnal is a case in point. The police action is perceived as suppression, and a cursory look at the history of the state shows Haryana has a culture of standing up to it. A retired police officer said the Haryana farmer does not respond well to threats or police action when it's question of his land. He is not scared of going to jail either. Also, the farmer leaders helming the Samyukt Kisan Morcha understand that politically the centre and BJP cannot communalize or stigmatize the agitation in Haryana. As Dr. Asutosh Kumar of the Department of Political Science at Punjab University says, how can you paint people who greet each other with Ram Ram as Khalistanis? Second is the power of the Khaps. The agitation against the farm laws is backed by all powerful Khaps that can encapsulate the caste identity in Haryana. It was the Khap leaders who first said that the farmer is in danger. They pressed the trigger points when they said that the government will give your land to corporates and no one will marry your children, Dr. Kumar said. This message found resonance in the state, which already seen the rapid takeover of agricultural land around the national capital region. Today, ask any farmer sitting in protest at a toll plaza in the state about the three laws and you will likely hear this rationally. Then there is the proximity to Punjab. In the beginning, Haryana was largely unmoved by the agitation against the farm laws, and the agitation was limited to Kurukshetra and a few other areas. But the Punjab Union leaders' decision to shift their movement to Delhi on November 2020 changed this situation. When the cavalcades of Punjab farmers first moved to Delhi through Haryana on November 26 last year, braving water cannons and navigating past gigantic roadblocks erected by the state police, villagers in Haryana rose in their support. For the first time, many in Haryana played host to complete strangers who took shelter in their villages while trying to escape the police crackdown. As the Punjab farmers dug in for the long hauls at Delhi borders, the neighbouring villages in Haryana began to provide them with logistic support. And the formidable power of social media. The message of unity of farmers from the two states who have been historically politically divided by the dispute over sharing of river waters through the SYL canal was spread and amplified on social media. At present, every village is organized into committees and a single message in one of the WhatsApp groups can mobilize people and resources, said Professor Vinod K. Chaudhary of the Department of Sociology at Punjab University. Every rally, every move is reported on social media. The plight of farmers' distress is presented so vividly with such evocative jingles that it is difficult to remain unmoved. Chaudhary, who hails from village near Hisar, said. Hours after Lathi Charge at Karnal on August 28, pictures of bespectacled Mahendra Singh, a farmer who was sporting a medallion of Bhagat Singh and who suffered blows to his head went viral. The administration suspended the internet on the eve of May 7 Karnal rally, but the social media warriors still managed to find a way to post pictures and videos. It has become a platform to give vent to a range of grievances. History Professor Raghuvendra Tanwar of Kurukshetra University said the agitation has become a rallying point for farmers in distress due to wider issues of fragmentation of land holdings, diminishing returns from agriculture, rising debt, and culture of rampant consumerism. I fully support the three laws farm laws, but 90% of the protesters don't understand their merits. There is a lot of pent-up anger and frustration which is finding a vent in this agitation, said Professor Tanwar, who is himself a prosperous farmer with a large land holding. Schemes such as online registration for procurement and crop insurance, although progressive in spirit, are also adding to the collective angst as amongst the farmers are unable to process them. Again, the mobilization due to agitation laws farmers to seek justice for hyper-local issues. A few months ago, farmers garrowed a police station at Tohana because the police had refused to register a complaint about a stolen car. Be it for tube well connection, complaints about electricity or procurement, farmers are uniting to form a pressure group. Mandeep Nathwan, convener of the Kisan Sangharsh Samiti Haryana, says many local unions have also joined hands with the protesters, beefing up their strength. Finally, there is the leadership at the grassroots. Unlike the past when farmers leaders such as Sri Chotu Ram and Chaudhary Devi Lal were from wealthy families, the present farmer leadership in the state is from the grassroots with small land holdings in general. They visit the villages regularly and they give direction to the movement. The boycott of the BJP-JJP leaders is a case in point. Besides Gurnam Singh Chaudhany, the most prominent Bharatiya Kisan Union leader who has been working for farmers since 1992, there are many local leaders such as Subhas Gurjar and Yamuna Nagar Rakesh Bains from Kurukshetra and young women like Riman Nain Rotify, who is mobilizing women from 58 villages of Hisar. These leaders command trust and loyalty that is very unlike the popular distrust of politicians. This keeps the movement strong. Thank you.